Hello everybody and welcome back to Demon Bluff, the antisocial deduction roguelike. So we're gonna go back to endless mode, which is kind of like the challenge mode, increased difficulty, every village is randomized, and one failed town means you reset and you go back. So the goal is going to be save. Sorry, hold on. Maybe I might be the witch or the Lilith or whatever. We need to save more than 15 towns. That's going to be the goal. That's going to be the goal. If you don't know what this game is, I'll go over the super basics. But I've done a handful of videos on it now. I've done, I think this is this freaking 6? I wasn't planning on it, but the game is so good and you guys seem to like it. But we are going to be trying to find and execute the two evil characters. There's going to be lies. There's going to be truths. Each character has their own ability that they can do. If they're evil, they'll be lying. They'll always be lying if they're evil. But you can also have them get corrupted. So we have 2 hunters, but there are some ways to get that. There are 2 of the same villager roles in the current village, because we have a shaman. Additionally, we could have a doppelganger, which disguises as a good player, so the fact that there's 2 hunters, not necessarily bad. In fact, it might even confirm them. This is weird. They're supposed to say, I am the original baker. 8 is a real hunter, and then nobody turned into a baker. On reveal, one random unrevealed good villager becomes a baker, so one of these 2 is definitely bad. Or does it not work if they're corrupted? I don't know. I guess that I don't know. We have the wretch there, which is probably actually a wretch. Could be not. We could have a doppelganger and a drunk. That is the other thing that could happen. They are both disguising roles. 8 is a real hunter. I'm 2 cards away from the closest evil. That checks out. And if that checks out, it means that the evils are over here. Ba is 3 cards away from the closest evil. Enerston. Shaman is 2 cards away from the closest evil. You sound bad, which would make you good. Which would make you potentially... You could be evil. Learn how many of these characters are evil. Okay, let's see. That's definitely a lie. Between these 3 characters, there are 0 evils, while the wretch registers as evil. So there has to be at least 1. Here's the issue. Yeah, that's the truth. Shaman is 2 cards away from the closest evil. That's correct. That's correct. 1 card from the closest evil. Correct. I think that you are just... drunk? No, you can't be the drunk. We have all of our ones accounted for. Ba can't be 3 cards away from the closest evil. Why are you... Why are you saying you're the scout? This is true. This could be a lie. If you're evil, but then why would that be the case? Ba is 3 cards away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3. If you're evil, this is a lie. That can't be the case. If you're evil, this is the truth. And that can't be the case. Shaman is 2 cards away from the closest evil. In the situation that you're bad, makes sense. None of this accounts for why you're saying that you are not the original baker. That is the problem I am having here. So I think we have a doppelganger and we have a shaman. We definitely have a shaman. So we have 2 that are correct. I think that you might be the drunk. You might be the drunk. These are from the shaman. 1 of these is lying. I think that's just right. Okay. I just had to make sure. I had to make sure. I just knew that they were bad. That took a long time for that one. There's between 3, 7, and 4, there's an outcast, a minion, and a villager. 3, 7, and 4. I cured 0 corruptions. That's always true, because if they are evil, they also wouldn't cure any corruptions, and thus, it's the truth. This person was killed, and the number didn't go up, so they are good. The puppet is 1 card from the closest evil. That always has to be true. The puppeteer makes an adjacent character into a puppet. I was a baker. That usually is a sign that they are a puppet. Between 7, 2, and 4, there's an outcast, a villager, and a minion. We know for a fact 2 of them are good. This one could be an outcast, though. But that would make you the minion. So you're lying. I'm 3 cards away from a corrupted character. There are 3 pairs of evil. This also feels like a lie. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's the corrupted character then? Them? How could that be the case? There is no corrupted characters. Right? There's literally nothing here that even can be a corruption. Evil, and then, or puppeteer puppet. This just can't be right. You can't have a drunk. There's no reason to have an extra here. Let's just go ahead and get the puppeteer and the puppet. Puppet has to tell the truth. And the truth that they were the baker. They were. The puppeteer turned them into a puppet. There are 3 pairs of evil. That just can't be true unless you're 1, 2, 3. Because that's the issue, is if you're evil. 1, 2, 3. But again, what corrupted character? This just can't be true. So 1, 2, 3. There it is, because those are connected up there. Okay, gotcha. 1 evil is adjacent to me. Checks out so far. You're the real alchemist. Okay, let's see. Knight can't die. The counselor is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Okay, so we have a counselor, which adds an extra outcast, but they also have to sit next to the outcast. I cured 2 corruptions? There's not 2 corruptions in the deck. That can't be the case. So the counselor could be 2 cards from the closest evil if you or you are evil. And if you or you are evil, then you're both evil. But that's the issue, is if you're evil, then you're evil. Unless you're corrupted. 1 is not corrupted. That doesn't mean they're good. It just means they are not corrupted. 2 is lying. Let me try this out. You're confirmed because I couldn't kill you. Counselor's 2 cards away from the closest evil. The thing is, this could be true. 1 evil's adjacent to me. If you are evil, which you are. We have... Okay, Doppelganger's the only other thing. We have no... Of all the roles left that are, that can be good, none of them are repeats, so we can't have a Doppelganger. So these have to be our... to be clear, I know they're good, but they're registering as evil. Okay. These have to be accurate. Counselor's 2 cards from the closest evil. We don't know who the Plague Doctor corrupted, so this can be true. Can be false. 6 is a real alchemist. The issue is there could be 2 evils adjacent. Evil. evil? I mean, that all lines up. If there is not one too many evils counted. Because we don't have a puppeteer. Okay. So yeah, that can't be the case. That's too many. We could do evil, evil, evil. Or... no, you'd be good. Because yeah, if you're evil, you're lying. If you're lying, then you're lying. That just gives us too much information. It can't be. So if it can't be any of these, is it you and you? And you just did cure a corruption? Counselor's 2 cards from the closest evil is a lie. All right, you had me going there for a second, my friend. And the alchemist was the one that was corrupted, which, you know, whatever. It's so they cured nobody, but it's because they were the one who, whatever. Like, that works out fine. It gives us the same end. I'm the original baker. They're confirmed good. Puka's 1 card from the closest evil. I was a medium. That could definitely be true. You're not guaranteed good, but you're... wait. Yeah, you have to be good. Unless you're claiming that you were the baker. No, it has to be. It has to be good. Someone had to have gotten turned, so you have to be confirmed good. Evils are not adjacent to each other. And Puka is 1 card from the closest evil. Those cannot be the case. That also can't be the case. You're saying one of them is evil. Which... that feels like it actually has to be true, which means Puka... poisoned... 5 is evil, 4 is corrupted. I believe you. There's only 1? What the hell? Of course the evils aren't adjacent to each other. There's only 1. The games, those always throw me off when we only have 1 evil. No character was affected by an evil. That just can't be true with a puppeteer. That literally can't be true with a puppeteer. Well... that's not correct. There could be a puppeteer sandwich between the Lilith and an out. I was gonna say an outcast. Yeah, outcast. We got a wretch. Confirmed good. 7 was affected by an evil. Yeah, I would say so, buddy. I would say so. That, to be clear, that does count. It was killed. So they're telling the truth, and like at the time that could be true, you know, depending. But then this wouldn't be true. Okay, hold on. We have a puppeteer and a Lilith, but only 2 evil characters. That's actually correct, then. But then these have to be lies? Because we should have 3. We should have 3. The Lilith, the puppeteer, and the puppet. Between 1, 2, and 3, there's a minion and demon and outcast. Evils are not adjacent to each other, just doesn't sound right. But why would there be 2 of those? Do we have a doppelganger? We have a doppelganger. One of these is a doppelganger, the other one is telling the truth. So then, or I mean, so they're doppelganger. Literally, how can these be true? Between 1, 2, and 3, there's a minion, a villager, and an outcast. I think that's our outcast. Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay. Never mind. You're the puppeteer. I didn't think about that. That makes so much more sense. They're sandwiched between... For some reason, I just decided that that these had to be the one of the two. But no, you're sandwiched between. 7 was affected by an evil. That is just true. You're evil. Obviously, you can be good. All right. One is evil, 6, 8, or 9. I mean, that would hard confirm you. Villager among 3, 4, 5. There's 1 evil. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Is it a lie because of that? All right. That got a little bit dicey there. Shaman. And a drunk. Right side is more evil. Okay, someone there's lying. I'm the original baker. You're good. You were a jester. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so you were the jester because you got turned good by the original baker. Right side is more evil. The duplicate has to be the jester. Right? Because we have a shaman, so we were supposed to have a duplicate, so you're definitely correct. Okay, so one of you two is evil. If you were evil... Okay, so I think the truth has to be... It's impossible for the right side to be more evil, and for there to only be 1 evil here. So that can't be true. Between 3, 6, and 4... Yeah, and then the lie is that they're actually the same. Yeah, it's actually the sides are the same amount of evil. Plague Doctor, Slayer, a good confessor. You love to see it. Wretch. That's already a little bit weird. More than a little bit of your weird. You're good? More than a little bit eared. Okay, so like these are all in question markville. 2 is evil and 4 is corrupted. There we go. Closest evil is counterclockwise. That don't seem right. You're good. You're good. Good. Yeah. All right. That was an easy one. I'd just like to get a couple of things on the board here first. 2 Slayers. I cured 0 corruptions. You're good. 1 card away from the closest evil. Do we have a doppelganger? We have a drunk. Wait. Do we have any corruption? Puka. We could have a drunk, I guess. We can't There's no world where we can have 2 Slayers. So therefore, at least one has to... There's 3 evils there? What, it could be, like, equidistant? I'm 1 card from the closest evil. That seems true. 2 is lying. Interesting. 2 is lying. You could be the puppet and you could be evil. I mean, you're good. It's not feeling right. But clearly they're not all evil. That's just not true. You could be drunk and then this is actually evil, but then we just have too much other stuff going on. This is just true, but that doesn't mean you're not the puppet. In fact, it means you are the puppet. So you're lying. And you're lying. How are they both lying? Puka. Okay. Great. Wasn't a 50-50, actually. Slayer, closest evil is clockwise. Bombardier, Enderwretch, cures 0 corruptions, you're good. And if you cleared 0 corruptions, that means you can't be corrupted. Because this has to be good, and you're... Yeah, that worked great. I cured 2 corruptions. Is there any way we can even have a second one? We could have a doppelganger. Buys 2 cards from the closest evil. That could totally be true. That could totally be true. How could you cure 2 corruptions? I don't think you could. I'm feeling like it's poison or poisoned. Prove it. Prove yourself. Okay. Poison or poisoned. Still, the closest evil would be clockwise, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Last 2 cards from the closest evil would be true. Sorry, Slayer. Just a Puka. 6, 7, and 4. Demon Villager Outcast. Okay. Doppelganger. 1 evil, that is true. Doppelganger, which means you're evil. I cured 2 corruptions is not possible. It's not possible. That doesn't mean... That could mean you're all good. And you're lying. You couldn't kill 3. I mean, if you were poisoned, we wouldn't know. Doppelganger, good. Evil. Easy. Okay. Alright. Puka, Counselor. You have a drunk. 8 is a medium. Real medium. 1 is a real medium. Interesting. I'm good. Interesting indeed. No evils next to me. 1 or 4 is a counselor. That's feeling a little weird. We have a shaman? No shaman. No. We have no. Wait, we have no reason that anybody could possibly double claim. Counselor. Puka. Okay, more of those. Oof. Okay, same deal. Look at this. Ba, Puppeteer, Counselor. Only 3 evils, though. The puppet misfired. The puppet misfired. 7 and 8 are good. Evils are not adjacent to each other. That is actually possible. In fact, would I go as far as to say likely? I don't know if I'd go as far as to say likely. Holy. Okay. Okay, hold on. This is a mess. 1, 2, 3. I don't think this can be true. Like, mathematically, considering we know that the puppet whiffed, I don't think that they can be that spread apart. 1, 2, 3. No, they could. They could. The other 2 would just have to be clumped up. Evils are not adjacent to each other. 5 is good. This is so messy. These are clearing each other. Doesn't mean they're good. We don't have a shaman. Here's the thing. The Bombardier has to be one of our evils. Which means... Or, what? Not one of our evils. One has to be one of our outcasts. Which means... I'm thinking the Puppeteer has to be one of these. Which could actually be... It actually could be both of them. And then you could be evil. You could be the Puppeteer. You could be the Ba. And you could be the Counselor. Checks out. Oh, checks out. I thought it was... Yeah, only one is evil. Yeah, checks out. 7 is good. Checks out. Checks out. Counselor, Puppeteer, Ba. Surgical. Only one is evil, 6, 2, or 4. Okay, they were good. Between 8 and 3, there's a minion and a villager. You're definitely good. Oh. Interesting. So, you have to be a minion. Like, register as a minion. And then you have to be correct. I'm 2 cards away from the closest evil. So, you or you is suspect here. Between 8 and 3. Yeah, that just actually has to be true. But, but you're the minion in the bishop's eyes. If it's a lie, then all 3 of you are good. I'm feeling like it's these. And then the evils aren't adjacent to each other is a lie because these are adjacent to each other. Alright. Bloop. 1 evil is adjacent to me. I'm the original baker. Okay, we should see another baker. 8 is evil. We got no more bakers. You are probably actually evil. I guess I don't know how the corruption on the baker works, actually. I'll tell you one thing. We only have one visible outcast. So you're definitely correct. Or you're definitely the correct outcast. Because there's no Bombardier. So you are telling the truth. 7 is evil and 8 is corrupted. That just has to be true. So if you're corrupted, you also have to be good. Because evil cannot be corrupted. If one evil is adjacent to you... So if 8 is corrupted, is there any other way? Like, okay, the Puka would have to be the case, but there's no Puka right here. So therefore, this was the person who got hit by my Plague Doctor, which means you're either evil or good and you won't die. And not corrupted. 8 is evil is just not true. 1 is evil, 2, 1, or 4. I'm inclined to believe you. But... So this is not true, and this is not true, probably. Which would mean this is the Puka. Okay. Yeah, that checks out. All right, current village 15. We've done it. I'm the original baker. Okay, we should at least see one more baker. 2's a real alchemist. Uh-oh. Unless they're the baker. Oh, God. 2 is a real alchemist. Oh, this is actually... Ooh, this is feeling weird. Okay, so what do we have? We didn't get another baker, but they are the original baker, so... One of these is probably the baker. That's awkward. We've got a drunk, potentially. In fact, we have a counselor... this sucks. Oh, we have... This is terrible info. Oh, this is really bad, because... One of you might be the wretch. One of you might be the wretch. 2 evils adjacent to me? That's a lie. That's a lie. And is it a lie in a way that... I mean, you could be the drunk. Yeah, you could be the drunk. Is a real alchemist. So who's... We have the mediums are probably... There are doppelgangers. But that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right, because how can you cure 2 corruptions? Literally how? So you could be evil or drunk. There's no way that you could possibly cure 2 corruptions. There's only 1 pair of evil. Of all the things at this point, that's the one that I'm most likely to believe. So this is a lie. Oh, which is really... Oh, that's so annoying. This is really important info. Let's just kill you again for fun. So, the question is... Where are the drunks? Where is the drunk? Only 1 pair of evil, so it could be like evil, and that would be you telling the truth. And then this is like... I don't know. Some part of me wants to swing at this to get the information, because I don't know. It's like... It's an RNG swing that should give us enough information to solve the rest of the puzzle. Right? And we don't have Bombardier. Okay. That's the wretch. That should give us enough information to solve the rest of the puzzle. Okay. There's only one pair of evil. I cured 2 corruptions. 2 evils adjacent to me literally can't be true. Okay. There's only one pair of evil. Okay, let's think about this. There's one pair of evil. There's 2 more left. If this was true, then there's no pairs of evil. But then you're also lying. And why would you be lying? So there's one pair of evil. It's this. And you're good. Then everybody's telling the... It's not true that everybody's telling the truth in that case. So we got a wretch. Dude, I think we have a drunk. I think we have a drunk. Yeah. I think it's not a doppelganger. I think it's not a doppelganger. I think it's drunk. And if you're evil, you could be the drunk. Because the drunk has to pick a not in play role. So, like, this would make it so that's not actually in play. Like, that checks... That gets it all to check out. You were dead and good, and I'm assuming... I don't know. You could be the drunk, too. You could be the drunk. But then that... No, this wouldn't make any sense. God, this one's brutal. Just because of exactly what the Lilith ended up killing and the witch ended up hiding. One second. Okay. So what do we know? This cannot be true. This can't be true. Just not mathematically possible. You could be the drunk. You could be the drunk, and then you're lying, but then you would also be lying. And then in this scenario, you are also lying. That's too much. Therefore, you have to be evil. You're drunk? One of you is drunk. One of you is drunk. And it has to be you. Right? Like, I'm just... This is my last potential swing because I did that to get the information I needed. I think this has to be the only possibility. Drunk, evil, evil. Hold on. Hold on the phone now. We just got some information. That is a counselor. The counselor has to be sitting. Has to be sitting. By an outsider. Oh, that one was a butt clencher. That was for the that one was for the high score. That's the new high score. 16 villages. 3 cards away from a corrupted character. I'm dizzy. Not looking good for one of you two. The original baker. Okay. Should see another baker then. I was a knight. Okay. You could be lying then. Left side is more evil. It feels pretty right. I have nothing that can corrupt the confessor. They could, in fact, be the drunk, and one of these is a lie. If you're evil, here's the thing. If you're evil, this registers as evil, it is now impossible for the right side to be more evil. Which would mean that's the truth. Right, like, if you're evil, Because there's two evil characters, and then the Wretch. Like, evil can't make the right side more... That's even. That's even. That's true. So you have to be good. And the left side has to be more evil. Which means you have to be bad. Which I was pretty sure of anyways. This is the flipping order. I'm wrong. Oh my god, no. Wrong logic. Evil. There is a lie. And the lie is that it's this. So, but what's the deal with the corrupted character? That can't be true. You are the counselor. Because what else could be true? Because the drunk has to pick a good character, right? Yeah, the drunk can't pick an outcast. So those two cannot be drunk. I think. But we have a third character. So I'm thinking you're drunk. You're evil. That checks out. Left side is more evil is a lie because both sides are equally evil. You're not 3 cards away. You are 1 card away. All right. I shouldn't put this tag on there because I almost swung at that. That was a hasty swing, but I understand why. Interesting. Okay, we have a counselor, right? Okay. Oh, no, man. Oh, no, man. All right, that's my Lilith, because she didn't die. Villager, minion, and an outcast. So you're corrupt. You're corrupt by the Plague Doctor, which means we can trust the other information. 1, 2. 1, 2. You can't be evil. Is lying. Which... That was... God, that... Zepuka. 4 is a real Slayer. Okay. 1 card away from corrupt character. I mean, I believe you. The issue is this could be true. Oh, we have a drunk. Shoot. Okay. I'm going to treat that as true for now. Yeah. Puka, corrupted, drunk. Not too shabby. evil roll. Got a Plague Doctor, Fortune Teller. Okay, so we can use abilities again. After the day swaps over, so you're definitely good. So we get their abilities back. Oh, I guess we don't. It's only the good. When you reveal a card, the clock ticks after 4 ticks, the night falls. During the night, some demons may kill, and various characters can take action. After every character has acted, the game returns to daytime. Well, okay. 2 evils adjacent to me, 2 evils adjacent to me. Feels weird. 903 is a puppeteer? No. That can't be true. Because you're good. The number didn't go up. And you can't be the puppeteer because we have 3 evils. We have 3 evils left. So you have to have been successful. Unless one of these are a lie and we actually have a doppelganger. Is there any reason why we could have a doppelganger? No, because if you guys were doppelgangers, you wouldn't say 2 evils, because doppelganger's not evil, so. You are not doppelgangers. One of you is lying. Okay, puppeteer, 2 evils adjacent to me. You are the puppet, and you are the whatever the other one was. The other one that has no actual, like, in-game info changing power. Cured 1 corruption. There's a puka, it's possible. This evil is clockwise. It's only true if you are evil. I'm curious about something. Can you kill a... I don't know. 6 or 5 could be a minion. I mean, that's just true. Couldn't kill 7. You can't be evil because then that'd be... Okay. Cured 1 corruption. 1, 2... Oh, good, evil, corrupted. Perfect. Puppeteer and Puka. We got all 3 evils. 4, 8, and 5. Oops. 3 is a real bombardier. I mean, I'm happy to hear it if it's true. I'm 4 cards from the closest evil? 1, 2, 3, 4. That can't be true. It doesn't mean you're evil, but that can't be true. Okay. This is feeling Puka-esque. I mean, do we have a... I mean, that's true. Okay, that helps. You're lying, which means these 3 are good. Okay, if you're good, then you're corrupted. If you're corrupted, like, why are you lying? It's probably because you're a Puka. Okay. I actually believe that. Why are you lying? You must be evil. Okay, you could be the puppet. Puka, cursed. Puppeteer, puppet, Puka. The 3 Ps. 1 is evil, 5, 3, or 2. They were good. 5, 3, or 2. Okay. You know what? Among these, there's 2 evils. 7's a real dreamer. Oh. Closest evil is counterclockwise. We've got 2 poets. We could... 7's a real dreamer. A real dreamer. Okay. I'm thinking, is Drunken here, or is it just Doppelganger? It's just Doppelganger. If you're telling the truth, and this is a dreamer, then we do have Doppelgangers. You're Doppelgangers. And one of you is evil? One but not... Oh, one but not both. Couldn't kill 5. It's feeling like you. That should show up as evil, for sure. Should show up as good, for sure. There's 1 evil. That could be true. It could be true. Unfortunately, I was hoping you would say 3. That would have made my life a lot easier. Okay. So it's a lie because there's 2 evil. I could not kill 5. Seems correct. And I'm feeling as though... it's one of these 2. If you're lying... are good, yeah. Couldn't kill 5. The issue is, if you're evil, you wouldn't be able to kill 5, but if you were good, you wouldn't be able to kill 5, so I actually am stuck in a 50-50. The good news is I have enough health left for it to not matter. But is it not a 50-50? If this is evil, that's true. If this is evil, I mean, this is true. Yeah, it's a 50-50. But I'll go with the fact that that could be true information. Like, we know for a fact your skill whiffs. But, like, it doesn't really mean anything for us. Right side is more evil. 3 cards from closest evil. 2 evils adjacent to me. Oh my. No evils adjacent to me. Lord have mercy. Feeling quite likely... I was gonna say quite likely that we have... Okay. 2 is evil, 8 is corrupted. Does that confirm that you're good? That can't confirm that you're good unless you're Piegood. Puka, liar, correct. 5 is affected by evil. Ooh. Ooh. That can't be true, right? In this world. In this world. That checks out. That would not be true if you were evil. Because it'd be equal. And then this would not be true. This world can't be right. So it can't be these 2 together. So 5 was affected by an evil, I think. 2 cards from the closest evil. Poison, poison, poison. 3 cards away from the closest evil. Right side is more evil. Evil, correct. Ooh, this becomes a lie. Because it can't... It has to be exactly 1. Even though this would be true. Here's the issue. Then you're not affected by an evil. Because you are the puka. You're the puka. You're the puka. You're the minion. No. You would need to be the puka. Corrupting. Makes this true. We can't have 2 pukas. There. That's the world. Right? Here's the thing. We have one person who has incorrect information via Plague Doctor. That's another thing to keep in mind. Because that is a real Plague Doctor. Right side is more evil. This is feeling puka. Oh, the Plague Doctor's messing me up. I think this might be the end here. Okay, so you're corrupted. You are corrupted. So 2 evils cannot be adjacent to you. You're evil. You are evil or lying. That's just true. There are no evils adjacent to me. If you're both evil, then this is true. Or this isn't true. And how can we account for that information? We can't. So you can't both be evil. So this can't be true. Or this is... What? What? That would check out. And the right side would be more evil. I mean, like, well, first of all, you're good. Five was affected by an evil. I'm wondering if you're evil and happen to be by the puka. 5 is affected by an evil. 1 is evil. Right side is more evil. One of these is a puka. And one of these was corrupted by the Plague Doctor, and one of these is a puka. I gotta be honest, we're an hour in. I'm ready if it's... So there's not 2 evils adjacent to me. Doesn't mean there's 0. Could also just be that there's 1. No evils adjacent to me is a lie. And you are corrupted, and I'm thinking... So the right side... The right side doesn't have to be more evil. It doesn't have to be. 2 cards away from the closest evil. If you're a puka, it's a lie. You could be puka. Here's the thing. If you're puka, though, you're telling the truth. That you can't be puka. You have to be. Yeah. Okay. It's just because this is the final swing we get. 5 was affected by an evil. Could totally be true if you're the puka. I think that's what it is. Jeez, man, that was terrifying. All right. There we go. We got 24 in an hour. I think we'll call it there because apparently we could just keep on going. Saves in a row, 23 saves in a row. But there's that. Alas, that is that. That's going to do it here for today for Demon Bluff. Man, I can't wait for there to be more content to this game. It's so good already. It's so replayable, even as, like, exactly as is. But, God, it's so good. Will we keep going? I don't want to, like, milk it dry, but I'm just having so much fun with it. So it's like, we'll see if we keep playing. It is a demo, right? It's a demo. So potentially we'll move on to something else, keep things shaking up. But I can assure you, with 1,000% certainty, we'll play more of this game when there's more of this game to play. But I also might just be back to playing it tomorrow because honestly, I am addicted. So, hey. Regardless, I've been playing this like in the morning in my free time. So I'll probably continue to do that at the very least. It's so good. Highly recommended. Go wishlist it. Go check it out. My name is Retrimation. Cover indie games every single day with an extra specialty in roguelikes and roguelites. If that is something you are into, this is a channel that you should be subscribed to. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.